Hey athletes, what's going on? Brandon Showman here, physical therapist and performance coach. Get your fixed physical therapy, get your fixed nutrition, CrossFit coach, and running technique specialist. And I help you get from injury to PR in 8 to 12 weeks. Wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys today about returning from injury, dealing with injury, should you stop, when do you return, that sort of thing. So it's a very difficult stage to deal with. It's a very unknown stage to deal with for a lot of athletes who don't really know what they're dealing with, don't really know what to do. And the questions could come from both directions. One, when do I stop? So if you're in the middle of a workout, if you're in the middle of a training run, a race, a competition, when do you stop? If you're feeling something that might not be right. And then on the reverse of that, coming off of injury, when do you return? If you've been resting, if you've been going to therapy, rehab, that sort of thing, when to return back. So the easiest way to answer this, and then I'll get in further in depth to it, but the easiest way to answer it is if you are questioning whether you should stop running, whether you should stop whatever workout you're doing, or you're questioning the fact of is it too soon to come back or not, it's probably not time. It's probably not time to come back. It's probably time to stop what you're doing. If you're questioning it, your body's basically telling you, I'm hurting, I don't like this. And at that point, it's your mind that's kind of overpowering that, being stubborn, don't worry, I get it, but being stubborn and saying, no, I'm gonna push through anyway, even though this pain sensor is telling me otherwise. So there's a lot of variables that can play into this. Ultimate variable is pain. Is it truly pain or is it just uncomfortableness? So for instance, this morning we were doing a 1-minute weighted plank and it was awful and it got very uncomfortable and difficult towards the end, like that last 10 seconds, but it wasn't painful. It was just, it sucked going through it at the time. It was, my body wanted to give up, but I know it was just the fatigue, that sort of thing. Nothing was hurting. Everyone's gone through those workouts, those runs that you don't feel the greatest. Your body feels sluggish. Your body might just be sore and achy from maybe the day before. Maybe you didn't have good nutrition going on. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's pain and you need to stop. But then there's the pain circumstances where you notice yourself limping, where you notice if you're doing something with the barbell or the pull-up bar, maybe you're pulling with one arm more than the other, pressing with one arm more than the other. You're compensating to one side if you're doing a squat, or maybe just standing up from a chair, you're compensating to one side. Not lifting that leg up as much when you're running. There's a lot of factors that if you really pay attention to what your body's doing and how your body's moving, you'll notice if you're compensating or not. If you're compensating, it's time to stop. It's time to shut yourself down for a bit, figure out what's going on, and address it. Now, coming back from injury. This can be tough because obviously, if you don't test it, we don't truly know how your body feels. With that said, there's normal tissue healing time. If it's just a little slight muscle strain, not a tear, just an aggravation, a couple days, you're probably good. If it's more significant strain, if the pain is lingering, if you had any bruising at all, probably a tear going on, needs longer to heal, also needs therapy in order to fully get better, in order to totally recover that muscle properly. Anything traumatic things are damaged, things are going to take a little bit longer. On average, I like to say 8 to 12 weeks. Every body is a little bit different. Healing time is going to be a little bit different. But for the most part, a lot of soft tissue injuries, a lot of bone injuries, 8 to 12 week healing time before you're back to 100%. With that said, depending on how the body responds, depends on how you get back. If we do like a run walk, if we do modified workouts, what modifications we do during these workouts. If we put you on a bike instead of running, if we put you on a rower instead of running. There's a lot of different modifications we can do, whether you're a runner, whether you're a CrossFit athlete, regardless of what your sport is. There are a ton of different modifications that can be done coming back from injury to keep you active, but just decrease the stress on that actual injury. So to actually say like when to come back, when to not is definitely hard because it is a case-by-case basis. It requires a conversation, it requires to check things out, but just listen to your body. If you're limping, if you're still noticing areas of aggravation that once you start getting into the activity, you're noticing it, it's probably too soon to come back. So ultimately, you need to pay attention to your body, listen to your body. If something's not feeling right and deep down you know you shouldn't do it, but you're just continuing because you're stubborn and you really want to, you probably need to shut it down. You probably need to get in therapy and figure out what's going on. So hope that makes sense to you guys. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, I would absolutely love to hear that. If you have something going on that you have a question about specifically, definitely reach out to me. You can comment on here or send me a message on Facebook Messenger. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. So hope you're having an amazing Wednesday. Hope you're having an amazing week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.